I want to talk about what is JavaScript. I get asked that question quite often, and I want to clarify that JavaScript is not Java. I know it's a bit confusing with both names having the letters J-A-V-A in them, but Java is a full-fledged programming language. You can write entire applications and computer programs using Java. JavaScript is a scripting language that runs within a program to add additional features. I have one added to this Nautilus Travel job posting to give you an example. So this is the Nautilus Travel job description -add script. And I have some JavaScript attached to this first form field here. So if I move out to the arrow, the job title form field has some JavaScript attached to it. So let's take a look at what it does. I'll move over to the hand, and when the user places the cursor inside this field and clicks, what it does is you can see there's a JavaScript window that pops up for the user, and it's giving them a message that says, this is an example of running JavaScript code. There are two pieces to JavaScript. Because it's a scripting language, it runs within a program. So when you are out on the internet, if you put your mouse over a particular item on the page and something pops up, that's JavaScript. JavaScript is a scripting language that allows the user to perform or do something within the program. And if you're out on the internet, the program is the browser. And when the user does a specific thing within the browser, something pops up, as an example. Well, within our Acrobat form, it's the exact same thing. So the user does something, and JavaScript just sits there waiting for the user to do it. When the user does it, something happens or is triggered. So there's always some kind of event or trigger for JavaScript to work. If I go into any of these other form fields, nothing happens. I have the JavaScript attached to this job title field. So unless I put my cursor inside that, nothing's going to happen. The event that JavaScript is looking for is the user places their cursor inside this form field. As soon as that event or trigger happens, I click inside of it, then the JavaScript script runs, and this particular script just pops up a message for the user. It's just a very simple example of what JavaScript can do within your forms. So when you're working in JavaScript, you always want to think about, okay, what does the user need to do in order to trigger the script that I'm going to write? So there's kind of two parts to every JavaScript. What is the trigger? And in this example, the trigger is the user places their cursor inside the job title field. That trigger runs the JavaScript that I have plugged into this form, and this specific one is very simple. It just pops up a message for the user that gives them this information. It freezes the Acrobat window until I click OK. So that is a brief overview of what JavaScript does within your form. There's always two parts to it. What is it that you want the user to do in order to start your script running? And then the other piece is the script itself. How do I write the script in order for it to do exactly what I want to have happen? So we're going to take a look at that. I just like to introduce that concept. It's a two-part piece, not just a single part. And we'll look at some scripts that you can use and start building a script library that specific events within your form can trigger to run, and then you can start customizing that script library to meet your needs within your own PDF forms. But that's an overview of what JavaScript is and how it works. It's a two-part piece, so when you're working in it, think about what you need the user to do and then what you want to have happen when the user does that specific thing. But that is what JavaScript is all about. Triggering events within your forms to provide more information and extend the features of your PDF forms for the user.